Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new Destiny video. Guiding Light here. Now, if you guys have been with the channel a really long time, over a year ago or so, I actually made a Destiny video called Loot from 12 Hours in the Crucible. Now, after about 2 years or so, the rewards and everything has changed in this game a lot. So today, I'm actually bringing that back with another 12 hours of Crucible. So I just finished up the roughly 12 hours of Crucible. Now, I played on all 3 of my characters, completed bounties, picked up Crucible packages, and then I left all of my bounties in here and everything to open up finally at once. Now, everything that I got from Crucible packages that wasn't armor or just really terrible, I left in my Postmaster for you guys to take a look at later. And also the drops that I got at the end of games that were decent at least, I also kept in there for you guys as well. So we're going to open up some of these bounties now. We're going to go through and see what kind of loot that we are going to get from these bounties. And then we're also going to take a look at the endgame loot, as well as just the loot that I got from opening up Crucible packages. Now, right away, I ended up getting this Hawksaw, which is kind of crazy. I got that out of one of the weapon bounties, which is pretty interesting. That I haven't gotten a Hawksaw ever since they took that out of the vendor, so I'm pretty excited to see that again. Hopefully, those rolls are pretty nice. Now, for the most part, guys, we're going to have to spam through most of these bounties. Unfortunately, my inventory and everything's full, so a lot of this stuff is just going to go straight to the Postmaster. Now, real quick, we're just going to delete this chest piece and then take a look at the Postmaster. Unfortunately, there's just not enough space for me to keep any of the stuff in my vault or in my inventory at the same time. So we're going to have to let all of it just pile up at the Postmaster. So let's take a quick look at the Postmaster. I just deleted that chest piece. Now, these first 2 weapons that you're going to find in here are actually weapons that I got from the Crucible packages. Just from leveling up the Crucible over doing those bounties and everything. Those first 2 weapons are actually from the Shaxx Crucible packages. Now, we also have a Hexcaster that we got in here. These must have dropped from the bounties that we just popped, so we're going to take a look at these rolls, see if any of them are worth keeping. For the most part, I usually just scrap all these. It looks like another terrible roll here on this Cryptic Dragon as well, so it's kind of unfortunate. We did have an Anton's Rule in here, however. That's crowd control and hidden hand on it, so that's actually pretty nice. I'm not sure if that's going to be better than the Wormwood in the long run, but I'll probably keep that just to have at least one sidearm that has 15 bullet magazine. But either way, I'm sure my Wormwood's still a little bit better. It looks like we got a Nemesis Star. I've literally never used this thing. We're deleting it right now. I don't have the space for that in my vault, and I don't even understand what that gun is. So we're just going to delete it. Never used it. Probably never will. And we also got finally a Panty Ray. That's a pretty nice fusion rifle, but it doesn't look like these rolls are all that great for it. Either way, guys, those are pretty nice. That's just the first set of rewards we got. Those are basically just my Warlock's rewards, so we still have to take a look at my Titan and my Hunter's rewards. Let's take a final look at this Hawksaw, though, because I do want to take a look at these rolls. Looks like we have a high caliber appended magazine, reinforced barrel, I believe is over here on the right, counterbalance, and snapshot. So that's actually pretty good. I have one more Hawksaw, like the original vendor Hawksaw. We're going to have to compare those 2 one day and then figure out which one's better. But for now, let's just go over to my Titan and take a look at the rewards on that character as well. And I will see you guys once I get over there. Alright guys, so here we are on my Titan now. I just took a look in my Postmaster, and there are 2 weapons in there from future War Cult packages that I opened up previously. Now, on my Titan, I didn't really get around to finishing up as many bounties as I did on my other character. This was the last character that I played on towards the end of the 12 hours that I was playing, and unfortunately, I didn't end up finishing some of these bounties. We were like 2 or 3 games away from finishing the Scout Rifle bounty as well as the Shotgun bounty. I'm sure I could have wrapped those up within another like 20 or 30 minutes or so, but unfortunately, I just wasn't able to knock those out and finish them within the 12 hours. So I wasn't able to open those up, but we still have 2 bounties here that we're going to open up. Looks like we've got another Panty Ray. I'm not even looking at the rolls of that thing. I'm just deleting it. Now, don't think that I'm just getting all these rewards to delete them for fun. I actually have a good majority of these weapons in my vault already with different rolls on them, or I already have tried them out and I just don't really like them, or I have a better weapon in the same class. So for people that might be getting mad that I'm just deleting everything immediately, don't be like upset. I do already have a lot of these weapons. And there's really no more room in my vault either to keep more than 1 of the same weapon. So unfortunately, we do have to scrap a lot of these weapons here today. So I am sorry for other people that don't really like to see me delete certain guns that they might actually like. But finally, guys, we are my Hunter. We're heading to the tower for the last set of bounties. Now, I have a bunch of bounties on this character that I did manage to finish up. Pretty much just as many as I did on my Warlock. So I'm hoping for another Hawksaw, maybe even some Iron Banner weapons to drop. That would be really awesome. Something better than a freaking Hexcaster is really all that I'm asking for. Alright guys, so here we go. First Crucible package on my Hunter, and we get another garbage Scout Rifle. So yeah, that's already deleted. But finally, we're going to head to the Postmaster, open up this last set of bounties. We might actually be able to open up another Crucible package once I pop all these bounties. I might actually level up again. So really quick, we're going to take a look at my Postmaster. As you can tell, there's some gear in here that I need to get rid of. There's a bunch of other gear on my other characters that I got, like blue engrams and, you know, just normal blue gear, but I figured none of you guys really wanted to see that, so I just deleted it all. Didn't even really think it was worth showing you guys. So 1 second here as I clean up my Postmaster, and then we can pop open these bounties. Alright, so I finally cleaned everything up. I got all those blues out of there. Now it's time to actually pop open these bounties. Now I'm pretty much going to spam through them because there's no room in my inventory. Like I said before, just spam right through all the bounties and let them go to my Postmaster. We were 1 bounty away from finishing up that Crucible rank, which kind of sucked. If we were able to just finish that up, we could have gotten another Crucible package. Now, really quick, I see that I have enough legendary marks to buy an engram here, so I'm actually going to buy a legendary engram here right from this guy, see if I can get a palindrome to drop. Anytime that I have enough legendary marks that I'm at the tower, I always pick up that primary engram from the Cryptarch, try to get a palindrome to drop. It's like one of the only weapons that I haven't been able to get to drop for me. I know there was a pretty nice roll in the shop last week, and I picked that one up, but I haven't been able to get one to actually drop for me yet, so I still am hunting for a palindrome. Unfortunately, we got an Angel's Advocate though, so it looks like the hunt will continue for that later on, but let's head over to the Dead Orbit. I'm going to pick up that last package, and then we are going to head to the Postmaster and actually take a look at these weapons. Now, this Ares Luna dropped from the end of one of the Crucible matches I finished. I had to end up keeping it in here in the Postmaster just to show you guys that I ended up getting that as a drop. The rolls were complete trash though, so I am going to delete that. Looks like we got a 77 Wizard as well. Now, that's just another one of those weapons that I have in my vault already, so probably going to be deleting that 77 Wizard too, unfortunately. So far, the only actual weapon that we've gotten that I'm actually going to keep, I think, is that Hawksaw, so overall, this has kind of been a waste, for me at least. I had a lot of these weapons already, and all my gear is already ranked up to 400, so I really didn't need many of these legendaries. It looks like we also got the Binding Blaze. I don't have one of these yet, so I might actually keep this as well. It looks like we've got Hidden Hand, looks like Snapshot over there, and then maybe Reinforced or Rifled Barrel down there. Yeah, Reinforced Barrel. I might keep that with Hidden Hand. That actually might be decent. I've never tried that out. That could be very similar to the Anton's Rule that I just got, so we'll probably keep one of those too. Now, we also got the Hero Formula. I'm not keeping this. There's definitely no way I'm keeping this Scout. I've already got plenty of these in my vault. Now, we've also got a Party Crasher. Oh, wow, this thing actually has Replenish on it, but it doesn't seem to have any of the range perks on it, so I'll probably be deleting that. I've actually got another Replenish Party Crasher in my vault that has range perks on it, so definitely don't need that Party Crasher either, which really sucks. We've got a Clever Dragon in here, which I kind of forgot was even in the game ever since they nerfed it to the ground, so probably going to delete that as well. And finally, the Each New Day Fusion Rifle with Replenish. Okay, I've never used a Replenish Fusion Rifle before. That actually, you know, we're probably actually going to keep that. So that's 3 weapons that we get to keep so far. We're going to keep this 2 sidearms that I got, the Anton's Rule, that Hawksaw, the Binding Blaze, and then we're going to keep that final Fusion Rifle right there, the Each New Day. So we're keeping about 4 out of like the 10 to 15 weapons that we got here today. Overall, not really too great, but that was only because I had a lot of these weapons already in my vault. If you guys were to do this and didn't have a lot of these weapons, or maybe if you just needed level 400 gear, I'm sure this would have been a lot more beneficial for you guys, but unfortunately for these Year 1 players, I'm not sure if these are actually worth doing every single week. But other than that, guys, those are pretty much wraps things up. Those are all of the rewards that I got from over 12 hours in the Crucible. Not exactly as crazy as I was expecting, but we did get a ton of legendary weapons here today. Now, if you were interested to see what I got back in Year 1 when I first originally did this challenge, I'll leave a link to that video down in the description if I can find it. That video is like almost 2 years old now, but I'm sure I can find it. Leave a link to it in the description for all you guys that might want to see it. But other than that, guys, I'll catch you guys later on in the next video. Peace.